Okay, what can you use AI for and what can you not use AI for when you are forming an LLC in Texas? This is a question that I know is on everybody's mind. There's a lot of videos on it. There's a lot of people giving really bad advice on how to use AI in the legal industry. Um, and attorneys themselves are using a lot of bad AI practices. So I want to make a video about this, what I see that works, what I see that absolutely does not work. My name is Nate Gilbert. I'm an attorney in San Antonio, Texas. I do LLC formation as a main part of my practice. If you want to get in touch, I always offer free consultations. If you'd like to discuss anything regarding your LLC, the formation, the business running after it, any of that, please feel free to reach out. I've got a link in the description where you can schedule that free consultation with me directly. Now, first off, what can you not use AI for? First and foremost, if you ask ChatGPT, can I rely on you for legal advice? You type that in there, say, I want to know, can I rely on you for legal advice? ChatGPT will tell you, I am not an attorney. I cannot give you legal advice. Please do not rely on me for legal advice because I'm not a licensed attorney. Please seek out a licensed attorney for legal advice. Something like that, okay? Can't state it any more plainly. Do not rely on AI of any kind for legal advice. If you have a question about a legal situation in which you are involved or something you want to do legal advice-wise, that is not the place to get that advice, okay? We can't do it. Now, why do I bring that up? When you are forming an LLC, part of that is going to be your operating agreement. That operating agreement that goes through all the corporate formalities of an LLC, that tells you your responsibilities, that tells you what you need to do for the LLC, all the rules associated with it, that is a contract that you are signing. And when you sign that contract, especially if you're signing it with other people that are other members or other managers, you're going to have legal responsibilities. That sounds a lot like legal advice to me. It sounds a lot like the practice of law in order to draft an operating agreement that multiple people are going to sign and hold each other to and possibly sue each other over. Right? That's something you want to have an attorney look over and understand and be able to explain to you what is in there, the consequences of those particular clauses that are in this contract that you are signing, and what it might mean for you down the road. Now, that is something that we cover when we do LLCs, right? We do our operating agreement. We do our buy-sell agreement that governs transfers of membership interest. And we do our corporate draft governance documents, such as your corporate resolutions, your meeting minutes, your meeting agendas, notice of meetings, those kind of things. Now, that leads me into part two, right? What can you use AI for in the LLC formation space? I want to get this off the bat. I am not one of those people that's like, AI can't do anything and never use AI and, it's much better to use a library book from the card catalog than it is to use a computer. Like, I'm fully on board. I love to find uses for AI where it is appropriate, right? A lot of attorneys are really turning to AI in very inappropriate ways. It seems like every day there's some new decision from a judge that strikes down a motion or a brief that was filed by an attorney using AI, where the AI just hallucinated legal concepts, right? We don't want to be using AI for that, right? If it's hallucinating legal concepts, we can't rely on it for legal advice, like I've already said, okay? Where you can use AI is in kind of the brainstorming and the running of the company, right? In the running of the company, you're going to be faced with things like distributions and distribution schedules. How often are you going to take money from the company? How often are you going to be able to do that? What's the formula for that particular thing? That's a great use of AI, to brainstorm some of that and to say, hey, can you draft me a distribution schedule that would align with paying myself certain amounts based on how much I want to keep in the company, and give me a good corporate resolution that I can sign every month in order to make that distribution. Great. That sounds like an awesome way to use AI. Those are the kind of things that we can use AI for in the running of the company. Now, if you want to draft something where you're going to be adding a member, a purchase and sale agreement of membership interest, something like that, then maybe not AI, but we might want to brainstorm some of those concepts, be able to drill down into what we want to do for the adding of that member or the distribution or a contribution capital call, any kind of meeting thing that you might have. That's a great way to use AI, is drafting up some of those documents, using those in the ordinary course of business that aren't necessarily relying on legal concepts. Now, you will have rules in your operating agreement that will go over things that you need to include in the meeting minutes, things you need to include in the meeting notice, rules for when the distributions can occur. You need to feed those into the AI in order to make those particular agreements or resolutions match with what's required, or you need to double check them on your own, hold them side by side with the operating agreement, say, okay, I need to have X, Y, and Z. Does this have X, Y, and Z? And if not, add it in. So supplement that AI produced data or document. So like I said, there's certain places we can use AI. There's certain places I really don't advise that we use AI whatsoever. But it can be applied, it can be used. So if you have any more questions, if you have an idea about an LLC that you're looking to start, please feel free to reach out. Like I said, I offer free consultations. Check the link in the description, and you can always subscribe to the videos for more.